So today we're going to be talking about Aldrich Ames. Are you
Okay.
familiar with him?
Nope.
He is the CIA mole who became one of the most damaging spies in U.S. history.
All right. Yeah. I guess I didn't do an intro. Everyone, welcome to our next
Sorry.
episode of Political Retrograde.
Yeah,
So
sorry, I got really excited about this.
it's all good. Yeah.
All
Uh,
right. So, Aldrich Ames was a longtime CIA officer. He spent over 3 decades in the agency, born in 1941. He entered the CIA at 22, which is insane to me,
okay.
following in the footsteps of his father, who also worked there. He held a lot of roles involving counterintelligence, which was exactly how he was able to undermine the CIA from inside. So, okay, the turn. Why he became a spy.
Okay.
He began spying for the Soviet Union in 1985. Why he did that was pretty much largely in part because of debt and financial pressure. He had an
Okay.
expensive lifestyle and a new marriage to Rosario Ames, whose own spending increased financial stress, and he saw espionage as a way out. So, I mean, espionage for debt, that's cool.
Yeah.
Disillusionment and career stagnation. He reported that he felt undervalued at the CIA and was reportedly frustrated by limited promotions. He had direct access to lists of Soviet assets secretly working for the US, a gold mine for the KGB. He walked into the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C. voluntarily and offered his services.
Okay. Sweet.
So, kind of a shitty guy.
Yeah.
Over the years, Ames received more than $2.5 million from the Soviets. At the time, this was the largest amount ever paid to an American spy.
Okay.
He spent the money openly, just flamboyantly, with luxury cars, big house, expensive habits. But the CIA's early financial monitoring was extremely lax, so they didn't ever know about it.
Okay.
So what he gave the Soviets, this is the most damning part because it was quite catastrophic.
Uh-huh.
He provided names of every major CIA asset operating inside the USSR. Many of those individuals were executed or imprisoned shortly after he betrayed them. So pretty much gave up a bunch of people and got them killed. So he gave a lot of details of U.S. counterintelligence
hmm
operations, including how the U.S. collected information, code names, and operational methods.
Okay.
He had information on ongoing CIA and FBI investigations. So it allowed the KGB to deflect and manipulate U.S. intelligence capabilities for years. The CIA later described his espionage as arguably the most damaging spy case in American history. The impact, the CIA began losing highly placed Soviet sources in rapid succession, a devastating blow that raised red flags. Initially, the CIA thought that there must be a leak in their communication system or that the KGB had developed new counterintelligence tactics.
Yeah.
So from this point, Ames continued to spy for almost 9 years. It
Oh
was a
my
long
gosh.
time.
Yeah. And not get caught. Like
Yeah, he
for
wasn't
nine
caught
years.
until in like mid 90s. So
Wow.
between
Okay.
1992 and 1993, internal investigators began noticing obvious signs of trouble. So his lifestyle far exceeded the CIA salary. We already talked about
Yeah.
that. Um, again, this was the 90s.
hmm
Him and his wife purchased a $540,000 house in cash and drove luxury
In
cars
the 90s.
in the 90s. Yeah. And like is both considering as an American government, they know exactly what you make. I mean, they could know that
Yeah.
anyway, but like they're the ones paying you.
Yeah.
He was also just getting large unexplained deposits into his checking account.
hmm
In 1994, the FBI and CIA formally identified him as the likely mole. Insane to me that this literally right under the government's nose, it still took him 9 years to figure it out.
Yes. I mean, like how the spending alone you would think
Yeah.
you would catch within a year. Like,
Yeah.
how do you make that much
How'd you buy that
money?
house?
Yeah. Yeah, not to be nosy Nelly, but I don't know
Yeah,
where you're getting your money from
honestly.
because I'm
So,
not giving it to you.
yeah, it's not coming from your source of employment.
Yeah.
So, okay, agents searched his home, they monitored his communications and checked his trash and tracked his meetings. They found evidence of secret communications, illicit Soviet payments, and copies of classified material. So, his wife was in on it too, and they were both arrested on February 21st, 1994. He pleaded guilty to espionage and received life in prison without parole. His wife received a 5-year sentence for her role, which was pretty much just money laundering and spending the money. And he's actually still incarcerated at the U.S. Penitentiary in Terre Indiana.
Okay.
So I was curious how he got away with this for so long. I mean,
Yeah.
10 years, pretty much institutional failure is how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Weak internal security at the time, the CIA did not rigorously monitor employee finances or lifestyle. I just guess if you were an American, you could be trusted.
Yeah.
Ames's seniority, he was in counterintelligence, so he understood exactly how to avoid detection. So he was lucky enough to be where he was and use that to his advantage. Communication, the FBI and CIA didn't share information effectively with one another before the 1990s.
Okay.
Again, just how did they expect any of it to run if they weren't talking?
Yeah, okay, if this is a normal employer, yeah, it's really not your business about your employees' finances. But when you're working in the intelligence agency for the
Yeah,
government,
for the
there should
CIA,
be
I feel like
there should
there's no secrets.
yeah, I mean, just the background check alone, like, should be
Yeah.
more intense.
Well,
So,
and like, I mean, today you can't get hired at any company without a background check, without diving a little deeper.
yeah,
And I mean, I don't know, like even for you or me, the government could get search warrants to like,
yeah,
look at our phones and our computers and our cars, GPS and all of that if they
yeah,
felt like were connected to a crime.
yeah. But if we were politicians, they wouldn't care,
No.
I'm a
But we
little
would also
salty
just have
about things
people
right now.
we would also just have people do it for us. So,
True, yeah.
but yeah, no, he was kind of a messed up dude.
So what was
He
he what
talks
was he
about
sentenced?
what was he
Sorry.
sentenced to?
Yeah.
He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. So
Okay.
he's still alive in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Okay. And yeah, what happened to his wife?
She was sentenced for 5 years and then got out and
Okay.
I'm sure divorced him.
Well, because
Um,
I feel like that's the type of job where it'd be easy to lie
yeah,
about where the money's coming from, like
yeah,
to your spouse. Like
yeah.
I feel like, comparing it to the man who shot the Minnesota lawmakers, it's like, how did his wife not notice he was going off the deep end? But
Mm,
when you're a wife married to someone who's working in the intelligence agency, it's like you really like you can ask all the questions you want, but he's not going to answer them because he
right.
can't, you know. So
Yeah, even to your spouse, it's nothing. I
yeah,
mean, as we know, marriage does not keep people loyal when it
yeah,
comes to the government.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I did see some quotes where he talked about like how in his brain he puts things into compartments so that he doesn't have to feel them, is what he said. He said, I conceived a kind of confidence game to play on the KGB. Like, I think
yeah,
at some point he just really enjoyed what he was doing and he
yeah,
liked playing both sides.
yeah. Like, I mean, I can compartmentalize things very well, but when what you're doing is betraying your country and getting a lot of people killed, like,
Directly killed.
I mean, how are you okay with that compartment? Like,
On top of it, you get $2 million.
yeah.
He did come out and say that he did not take into account that him ever thinking that the information he was giving them would lead to executions.
Yeah. Who was in charge at the time? Like, any names that we would know, like, in charge of the CIA and the National Intelligence Department? I mean, anyone who knows history would probably knows this answer, but I wasn't alive, so. I mean, I guess I was alive in the 90s, but.
So Central Intelligence was William H. Webster, and he served from 1987 to 1991. So for part of it, it would have been Webster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Robert M. Gates.
Oh, yeah, don't recognize his name either. So.
Yeah, so it was Webster, Gates, and then R. James Woolsey. So can they not tell who, like, the head of CIA is until after they're done? Is it that secret?
I have notes on it. Because, like, so Tulsi Gabbard is the head of the director of national intelligence, which the CIA responds to the National Intelligence Department. I'm opening up that file right now because, notes for the entire year. John Ratcliffe is the director. Okay. So, yeah, we do know. I don't know. Maybe it was different back then.
Yeah. He said, these spy wars are a sideshow which have had no real impact on our significant security interests over the years, which is a bold take from a man whose hobby was helping the KGB dismantle U.S. intelligence networks. That's like sinking a ship and saying, technically, the water has always been there.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah. It's embarrassing to see stuff like that, like, be able to happen.
He said he didn't know he was going to get paid, but I mean, I don't know. I get excited when winter comes around, and I hope to find $5 in my winter pocket, my coat pocket, and he's just like got $2 million in the 90s. Oh, that was nice. What a nice surprise.
Right. Yeah, my butt, you didn't know you were going to get paid.
He did this for a long time, but he wasn't like a violent dude. He was kind of just like a weak person.
Yeah.
Who saw an easy way to make money.
Yeah.
Also interesting how, like, the CIA, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's from all the movies and stuff. We think the CIA has, like, infinite ability to just do whatever they want, but then in real life, it doesn't happen. It's the same like when you're watching a crime show and they have the DNA back in like 10 minutes. It's like, no, that takes like weeks, if not months. I don't know. I guess I'm always just blown away with how fragile the government really is.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting when you find that stuff out. Like, oh, thought we would have had stuff like that in place. And it almost seems that celebrities have better teams working for them.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Than the government? Yeah.
So, like, I mean, let's say that they do have such good teams. Like, what the hell's really going on in the government? Like, what kind of a shit show?
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to tell you about my sponsors real quick. Sometimes I get on a roll cleaning or gardening, and I need a boost, but don't have time for a meal. Big Fork Brand's pork jerky is the perfect choice to keep my momentum, offering high-protein snacks for on-the-go energy boosts. Not only do they offer pork jerky, but they also make pork sticks, bacon sausage, bacon hot dogs, and burger and hot dog sauces. Products come in a variety of delicious flavors, including Thai green curry and maple and brown sugar for the meat options, and gangster and Chicago fire for the sauces. I personally think the original flavor of the pork jerky hits just right after tackling a big chore. It's a little salty and very flavorful. My discount code gives you 20% off your entire order, and it's currently the best deal available. Just visit bigforkbrands.com and enter in my promo code JADE, that's J-A-D-E, at checkout. Are you looking for a gift for a music lover, or maybe some apparel to show off your quirky side? Old Glory has you covered. With over 300,000 officially licensed items covering music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture, you're guaranteed to find the perfect item. They even have seasonal gear. My husband enjoys the Beatles and Led Zeppelin apparel, and I love the Billy Idol apparel. I even found items for my fellow plant enthusiasts. This family-owned superstore is known for their quality and customer service, offers free standard shipping on all orders, and orders are shipped the same day you purchase. My discount code gives you 15% off your entire order, and it's currently the best deal available. Just visit oldglory.com and enter in my promo code JADE, that's Jade, at checkout. Looking for a game-changing way to improve your health? Zevo Life is the world's most nutrient-dense whole plant, packed with over 50% plant protein, essential amino acids, fiber, and antioxidants. Harnessing the best nature has to offer, Zevo Life nourishes your body while driving your performance, vitality, and overall well-being. Each serving is a concentrated source of clean, well-balanced nutrition designed to support modern lifestyles, and just 1 teaspoon a day supports your gut, boosts energy, and promotes healthier skin and hair. It's no wonder that it's receiving rave 5-star reviews. Step into a healthier future with a 30% discount and a 30-day risk-free guarantee by visiting zivo.life and using my promo code. To support my show and to receive 30% off your entire order, enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. So did you hear anything about like the sex parties that were going on with certain national intelligence agencies that were discovered at the beginning of this year? And it's like, so this is what you guys are talking about during work, huh?
Yeah, this is what you guys are doing. Everyone's just having a fucking orgy.
Yeah, great. It's sure. What is it? When you start, like, when you get power and money, do you have nothing better to do than to just start having orgies? Like, I
think it's impossible for people not to get a complex. I think the sex is like a power move. You know? It's like, everyone loves me in every way, and everyone wants me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah. I am going through all the P. Diddy episodes by Nancy Grace, finally getting caught up, and I'm just like, this is really fucked up.
Yeah. And then all the Epstein Files that have supposedly been released.
Yeah. So they have until December 19th to release everything.
Everything. Okay, what happens if they don't?
Fuck if I know, man. Like
what is like the actual...
Dude, because it was signed into law that they have to release everything with minimal redactions by December 19th. And
who put that into law? Was that Trump?
Signed it into law.
But his names are in the Epstein file. His name is in the Epstein Files.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably talk about this in another thing, but I think he was an FBI informant.
For what?
Against Epstein. So back in, I might have the dates wrong, but back in 2009, I believe, he kicked Epstein off of his properties because, and of course it's not on the news, but he is on video saying this, that he kicked Epstein off of his property, off of Mar-a-Lago, and told him not to come back because Epstein was hanging out there, and he found that Epstein was being inappropriate with his staff and trying to recruit Trump's staff to work for him.
Yeah, that Epstein's like assistant or whatever that woman was doing
it. Yeah, and so they were asked not to come back because Trump realized he was being a fucking perv. All right, so then back when Epstein was convicted, Trump handed over every bit of information that he had to the FBI. He was not subpoenaed. He was not ordered to do that. He willingly gave over, which this was during Trump's first presidency, but he willingly gave over everything he had on to the FBI. So he's always cooperated with the FBI. Why he's been such a pain in the ass in getting this done? Like, why has it taken him almost a year to sign this act into law? I don't understand. He lets Pam Bondi fuck around way too much. Like, she makes promises and then doesn't keep them. I'm super disappointed in her, and I don't think she deserves her job. But yeah. Period. So I'm gonna talk on tough on Fox News, and then I'm not gonna do anything I'm gonna promise to do. I fucking hate her accent and the way she talks. I just hate her now. I was so excited. And she's just been a huge letdown, and so has Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. They are rescuing like all these missing children and stuff like that, and that is obviously very important. They're stopping a bunch of sex trafficking rings and human trafficking rings. But like, why not? Okay, if you can't convict or go after any of these high profile cases that you promised you would do, then at least talk more about busting the sex trafficking rings and the human trafficking rings, because there's hardly any information out there, and then it makes it hard to believe that it's even happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because like you know damn well someone took Epstein's place. We just don't know who it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for the 19th, but I don't have my hopes up. Like, I'm anticipating, getting some information on the 19th, but
Who has these files that needs to release them? The FBI?
The DOJ, the Department of Justice. And
Isn't
they're
like
in charge
their
of the
leader,
FBI.
Trump?
Huh?
Isn't like their leader Trump?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why? Like, I'm so confused. He's yelling at his own people to release his shit?
Yes. Yeah, he's telling them to release it.
So it's just the workers in the DOJ that are just like not wanting to do it?
Yeah.
Because
we want to protect the victims' names. Well, a bunch of victims came forward and said, we don't give a shit, just release the files.
Yeah. Or if they're under 18, you can like block out their names, but that's not what we care about. I mean, we care about the victims, but like what really needs to be known is less about the victims and more about the perpetrators and like justice for their crimes.
Yeah, I don't need any victim names. I would
we don't need
they
the
remain
victims'
private.
names. That can all stay private. That's totally their right. But
it's so Pam Bondi, like when she first started, was trying to get stuff from the Southern District of New York, their FBI office, and they were refusing to hand it over for a while. Well, she finally got it, but she said there might be a delay because she'd been struggling to get that information. But also she said the files were on her desk months and months and months ago, and then they never came out, but there were some motions to release the files that the Democrats actually blocked. And then the Democrats released those emails with Trump in them. And it was about Trump spending time with a victim. Well, they redacted her name, Virginia Giuffre, because she's the one who said, yes, I saw Trump at such and such place. I can't remember if she was at Mar-a-Lago. I think she was at Mar-a-Lago. She said she never saw Trump at Epstein's place, at his property. She was around Trump at Mar-a-Lago one time and he never did anything inappropriate. So they release this email but redact her name because then it looks worse that he spent time with a victim. And if they release that it's her name, then it's like, okay, well, that victim already said he didn't do anything inappropriate with her. Yeah. And so then the Republicans released those emails and 20,000 others. And then, I guess Trump was finally like, you guys need to put this into law, like file legislation, blah, blah, blah. So it passed the House and the Senate, and then it went to Trump's desk and he signed it into law, the Epstein Transparency Act. So that gives them 30 days. He signed it November 19th. That gives them 30 days to release everything they have, with obviously protecting the victims by redacting.
Do we know how big the files are? I feel like they got to be pretty big.
Yeah, I have a whole separate Word document just on Epstein.
What a sick bastard.
Yeah. These emails obtained from a larger production of over 23,000 documents explicitly reference blah, blah, blah. So there's 23,000 documents there.
Are you going to read through all 23,000 of them?
Fuck no. I'm going to ask Grok to summarize everything. When he's had time to go through it. 300 gigabytes, including, the files, over 300 gigabytes, including witness statements, emails, videos, and evidence from Epstein's 2005 to 2008, which I think that's actually 2005 to 2007. That might have been a typo on my part. But anyways, Florida probe. So that's just from the Florida probe and 2019 federal case are expected by a December deadline and promise deeper insights into Epstein's network, though redactions for national security or ongoing investigations. So, yeah, there's a lot. Did you know that Prince Andrew got like thrown out of the royal family and he can't live in the castle or whatever paid
Why?
for by because of Epstein.
Because he did shit with Epstein?
Yeah, there's pictures of him with Virginia Giuffre that have been released that he tried saying wasn't him, but it's obviously him.
It's AI.
So, yeah. So that was actually, but what's fucked up is that was actually back in 2020, like one, I think, that people were really talking about it. He was interviewed about it, trying to say like, oh, I got this condition while I was in the military that made me not sweat. And the person in that picture is very sweaty and just like the
What?
dumbest shit. And like back then, we didn't have those pictures weren't taken on smartphones. Those were Polaroids. There was not AI, there was not, or not Polaroids, but
Yeah.
a physical picture. It wasn't a digital
Correct.
picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, I don't know why it took this long, but he's been like thrown out of the royal family for his behavior with Jeffrey Epstein.
Do we know if he did anything with him, like specifically?
Well, Virginia Giuffre said that she had to have sex with him, and and those were the photos, and she gave like explicit details about stuff with him. So, yeah.
That's sickening.
But what's sad is that's the only person that we know of so far.
How old is he?
No idea.
Is he old?
I think he's old. Yeah, because like, this was in the early 2000s that this was happening, right? And he looked like in the photo that I saw like 40s, but I'm really estimating here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.